My name is Megan Conyers. Today's date is April 21st, 2017. I am interviewing my grandma, May Conyers. The purpose of this interview is to talk about my grandma's life. The location of this interview is her house. And then, Grandma, can I have a interview of a brief biographical sketch?
Well, I was born in Pond Creek, Oklahoma, way back when. And
1954.
I went to school through the first grade. I started first grade when I was 5 years old. And we lived in Oklahoma until 1950, and we moved to Kansas, where I finished my schooling. I went to a one-room schoolhouse from 1950 to 1955, and then after that, when you were done with 8th grade, you had to go to town to go to high school. And that was a big change in my life, because in country school we had grades 1 through 8 all in one room. And in high school, we had to go from class to class. We had lockers. It was totally different. It was really hard to get used to. And I don't know, prices of things back then were a lot cheaper than they are now, but the income wasn't very much either. We used to buy Country Fresh milk for 50 cents a gallon. It had a lot of cream on it that we'd make butter out of. And gas for the car. Oh my gosh, we paid 25 cents a gallon for our gas. Can you believe that? And postage stamps were only 3 cents to mail a letter.
Okay, ready for the interview? How has the community changed since you were young?
I really don't know, because businesses come and go. I really don't know, because I don't live there anymore. And
When you were young, how did you earn a living?
well, when I got old enough to babysit, that's what I did. I babysat. I used to make 25 cents an hour to babysit. At one time, I babysat for 4 kids, and I earned $15 a week. I thought I was rich.
How did your parents earn a living?
They were farmers.
How did most of your friends earn a living?
Probably the same way I did. They babysat.
Describe a typical school day, length, subject, schedule, etc.
Well, I remember we went to school. School started at 9 o'clock in the morning. We had recess at 10:30, 15 minutes. We got out at 12 o'clock noon, had a whole hour for lunch, went back at 1 o'clock. We had recess again at 2:30 for 15 minutes. Then we got to go home at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
What were your subjects?
We had arithmetic, science, geography, English, science, spelling, pretty much the same thing you have now.
What was discipline like in school?
You had to stay after.
What sports or activities were available?
Well, in a one-room school, everybody had to play together. And that meant the little first graders with the 8th graders. So you either played tag, or we had softball, things like that. There wasn't much. Otherwise, it was go out and play on the swing or sit on a merry-go-round.
What was there a dress code?
There wasn't.
What did you do for fun or entertainment?
fight with my brothers.
If you lived in the country, how often did you go to town?
Probably once a week.
What was special about holidays or Sundays?
Holidays, my cousins and my aunts and uncles would all get together at my grandma's, and we'd all eat dinner and play.
Were you around during the Great Depression?
No.
What was the price of goods? Bread, gas, soft drinks, candy, eggs, etc.
Well, I already told you gas and stamps, milk. If you got a perm in your hair to go to a beauty shop and get a perm, it cost a whole $1.50.
Today it's like
Can you
nothing.
believe that?
Yeah. Were you in any branch of the military?
No.
Were you drafted? Did you enlist or volunteer? When did you serve?
I wasn't in the military,
Oh,
so
yeah.
those don't apply.
Oh, I guess it does. What would you consider to be your greatest tragedy you've experienced?
My greatest tragedy was probably losing my dad at the age of 9.
What would be your most memorable moment?
Probably having my family, my kids.
Anything else you would like to add? Okay. Well, thank you, Grandma.
You're welcome.